It's interesting though, guys.
They walked into the ring like kings, taunting, showboating, even laughing in their opponents' faces.
Come on, hit me.
But within seconds, they were face down on the canvas, humiliated in front of millions.
We said it!
You clicked on this video because you love seeing karma land a clean shot. And trust me, these knockouts are pure justice. Callum Izzard walked into the ring like it was a Love Island reunion. He thought YouTuber OJ Rose would be his easy debut win.
Calls himself the businessman, but this is probably the worst deal he ever made.
You're a short guy, bro. About as short as your height. You're a short height.
You have 2 inches.
What's that bum flip on your chin, bro?
Don't talk about that.
This brother actually put height 5'11". In what realm are you 5'11" with a reach of 84? Wake up! Wake up!
That's false information.
That is false information. You wrote it.
I did not write that. That must be a mistake on your end. I ain't know what you're talking
Damn, sir.
about.
To his credit, he started well.
You can see KSI is ringside.
Responsible even though he's bringing the heat. You see,
He's just been waiting for OJ Rose to slow down, and now he's starting to score here.
the cardio to keep going with this, but we'll see. Although, man,
Now Izzard landing at will almost. 40 seconds to go here in round 1.
But the moment punches started flying, Callum's boxing skills vanished faster than his TV relevance.
came right back at him. Throws his own.
And now Rose.
He's rocked him! He's rocked him!
After eating a few clean shots, the man switched the whole sport, started grappling like it was a WWE tryout.
He's going for a double leg there, but
By round 3, he looked like a guy who ran up a hill after skipping leg day.
Jose not to just sit there and...
he's taken a few of those this round.
Yeah. Well, I said earlier, come the 4th round, I don't
He turned up the heat and turned Callum into a human heavy bag. One clean combo later, Callum folded like cheap lawn furniture in a thunderstorm.
Yeah, OJ blocked every one of those punches.
And they wear on you, but that connected cleanly.
1, 2.
Goodness!
Izzard maybe from the brink again.
Unbelievable!
Down he goes. They won't even count. It's all over.
It's over!
In this classic throwback, Herbie Hyde strutted into the ring like he was about to give Riddick Bowe a private boxing lesson. The man was oozing confidence, calling himself the better fighter, bouncing around the ring like a Red Bull-sponsored kangaroo.
Are you ready, Riddick Bowe? Are you ready, Big Daddy Bowe? Everybody's scared of Riddick Bowe. No one want to have a challenge with Riddick Bowe. But I'm 23 years old, I'm saying, damn the business.
Hyde really believed speed could conquer size, and for a moment, it actually looked like it might.
In reply.
That Hyde did not throw, which means that Hyde has it
With the left jab, though both were pawing rather than snapping.
maybe the pressure with the crowd. We never got to him.
Hard right hand.
The Dancing Destroyer was gliding around like he was auditioning for Strictly Come Dancing. But by round 3, Bowe turned the music off. One right hand later, Hyde was flat on the floor like a dropped phone screen.
Together, down goes Hyde again.
He got up looking confused, then immediately took another seat, like his body remembered the floor was safer.
Bowe opens up to try to finish. Hyde takes advantage and falls down again.
Got hit with an uppercut.
Can he make it out of the round? He does.
By round 4, Hyde decided it was comeback time. For a brief moment, it looked like Bowe might actually be in trouble.
Bowe goes down while missing a punch. And Steele calls that a slip.
Instead of trying to make it happen.
Keys that have marked Bowe's career. Here is
But then reality checked in, and so did Bowe's right hand.
sure, but now Bowe lands 2 hard right hand shots. Hyde's out on his feet, and there he goes.
The only shot that Hyde has.
Great hard right hand.
Hyde's gas tank hit empty, and he was wobbling like a Wi-Fi connection on dial-up. But Bowe had seen enough. He wasn't signing up for another round of this cardio comedy.
Hard right hand over the top.
That may be it.
Will this be enough?
7, 8, 9, 10.
Hyde's not gonna make it up.
He closed the show with a brutal finish, leaving Hyde flat and humbled. In February 2015, Carl Frampton entered the ring calm and focused, while Chris Avalos showed up like the main character in a bargain bin action movie. The pre-fight hype? Pure chaos. Avalos couldn't stop running his mouth, shoving Frampton at the weigh-in, handing out threats like flyers, and already picturing himself on a victory tour that clearly never got scheduled.
It's tomorrow night, gentlemen, tomorrow night! And for his information, I'm gonna win. And I'm gonna take the belt home. I ain't come all the way out here to lose, so it's pretty stupid I come out here to lose. Makes no sense.
I'm not gonna lose. I'm gonna win. And it's not gonna be my decision, obviously. We all know that.
Then the bell rang, and reality showed up swinging. Frampton wiped that cocky grin right off Avalos' face, tagging him with jabs and right hands so sharp they could have doubled as alarm clocks.
The height advantage. Avalos doesn't fight tall. I think Foster was correct because Avalos to the front foot to begin this second session. His left hook.
And now what has happened here is complaining, takes a big left hook. Referee Howard Foster. Right hand over the top again.
Avalos kept pretending he was unfazed, nodding after every punch like he was grading Frampton's technique. But really he was just collecting frequent flyer miles to Payne City.
Since that man is on top, and Avalos lost his footing after the course of contest and the destiny of champions throughout boxing. And now it's a right hand over the top. On that punch.
By round 5, Frampton decided the soap opera was over and switched from sparring mode to demolition mode.
A significant crisis here in the 5th round. Another right cross flushes home. Avalos, Howard Foster poised to step in. Avalos trying to fight back, but he's being overwhelmed by this typhoon from Tiger's Bay.
The referee finally had to step in and save Avalos from becoming part of the ring equipment.
Avalos now just throwing arm punches. The fighter's being punched out of him. He looks ready to go. Show up machismo as he waves Frampton in. Frampton obliges him and stops the challenger in round number 5.
Of Frampton were just raining on him. And that's when a wobbly, he was relentless.
Miller showed up built like a food truck, talking about how he'd turned Dubois into shrimp scampi.
Say something now. Say something.
I'm tired of roasting these guys all week, man. I'm exhausted. I'm just ready to punch them in the face already.
We're gonna turn the shrimp and fry. We're gonna glaze them. We're gonna grill them. We're gonna broil them. Either way, the shrimp gonna get cooked. Tune in.
Turns out, the only thing getting cooked that night was Miller himself.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Swing and a miss.
I love those body shots by Dubois. This is where it needs to be, holding the center, moving away. I love this.
We're gonna tire out himself.
Big right hand from Dubois.
Once Dubois found his rhythm, he served up a full-course beating until the ref stepped in to close the kitchen.
Bravado, but it's Dubois. Oh, big shots from Dubois against the ropes. Oh, big shot. Big banging. Gonna get big time knocked out. Dubois, sensational finish here. It's done. Do you believe it?
Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois.
Wilder went on about warrior spirit and dying in the ring.
You can feel the energy that we're not playing no games. I'm a warrior. I got a warrior mentality. I got a warrior mindset. I got a warrior heart. And I'll die for what I believe in. I'm willing to die in the ring for what I believe in.
Zhang just nodded like, cool story. Then in round 5, sent him on a first-class trip to Dreamland.
Oh, jeez. It's over! Big bang! Zhang has just knocked out Deontay Wilder.
Wilder nearly had an out-of-body experience, probably wondering where all that warrior talk went. Anthony Fitzgerald spent years barking at Spike O'Sullivan, claiming he'd expose him the moment they shared a ring.
No, I'm just going in for a walk.
Head on, straight
Head on, straight in. Yeah. There's no holds bar here. I'm going straight in and I'm going down the fight. There's no way I'm losing. He's coming into my backyard to fight me.
But when the bell rang, Fitzgerald found out the hard way. Calling out Spike is easy. Surviving his punches isn't.
Fitzgerald doesn't see them tolerate possesses.
Carrying that extra weight. And it's counted there. Right hand. Flattened.
Fitzgerald spent years running his mouth, but when the moment finally came, Spike shut it for him, permanently. One brutal shot later, Fitzgerald hit the floor quicker than a dropped pint on St. Patrick's Day. In this clash of unbeaten light heavyweights, Nathan cleverly squared off against Danny McIntosh for the vacant British title. McIntosh arrived like he was auditioning for a rock concert, dripping with swagger and overconfidence.
Josh, 29 years old, showing himself to be a bit of a showman as he vaults over those ropes.
He strutted into the ring, chin high, smirk wide, determined to rattle cleverly before a single punch was thrown. But once the bell rang, the concert quickly turned into a demolition derby. Both guys started swinging like they were trying to win a who hits harder contest, throwing bombs with all the grace of two guys fighting over the last beer at closing time.
Undoubtedly, the more heavy-handed energy in this opening round. That's a good right hand for a decent right hook and left hook into the body, followed by that uppercut and another cracking left hook. Extra time will be added on, of course, into this. Needs to keep his defense up, keep his chin down.
Then, in round 2, Cleverly's right hand finally clocked in for work.
Great left hand. They're hurting him. That was a big left hook from Cleverly, and McIntosh is in trouble. It was the left hook to the body that did it. The right hand to the head has put him down.
McIntosh hit the deck, bounced back up, grinning like, yeah, I meant to do that, but was right back on the floor like a man stuck in a loop.
Oh, great shot again from Cleverly. Terrific right hand, and I don't think McIntosh is going to get up from that one. Oh, he springs up somehow.
To his credit, McIntosh somehow made it out of the round, but Cleverly wasn't buying the act.
And McIntosh bravely evading it and seeing it through to the bell. There's a left hand got in low from Cleverly.
In round 3, he came right back at him, flooring McIntosh once more.
He's still in there pitching, but another right hand puts him down.
Still, instead of playing it smart, McIntosh decided to entertain the crowd.
All started by that savage left hook to the body. The referee will take a close look at McIntosh once already. Wishes. Level has been the 12 record. Got Cleverly winning this fight comfortably. That punch, and you never know.
By round 7, all that pre-fight swagger had officially left the building. McIntosh was running on fumes, catching punches like unpaid bills until the ref finally jumped in.
Right hand, down he goes again. Right, he says to Howard Foster. I beg to differ. No, nothing left. Referee should stop this one. He's got nothing left. There it is, it's all over. The British champion is Nathan Cleverly.
Poland's Artur Szpilka talked like he had the crown already fitted. The guy could start an argument in an empty room. So when he faced fellow Pole Łukasz Rozicki for the WBC International Bridgerweight title, Szpilka strutted in like a national hero, ready to defend his throne. And for about 10 seconds, it looked like he might actually deliver. But Rozicki wasn't in the mood for speeches. One monster punch later, Szpilka hit the floor like someone had just unplugged his whole operating system. The crowd went wild, and just like that, the loudest mouth in Poland went mute. Seconds later, Szpilka hit the floor again. By the end of the round, Szpilka was flat on his back, staring at the lights like they held all the answers. In 2009, British lightweight champion John Murray made the first defense of his title against Lee McAllister.
Stage in the future, he might be against the man sitting close by.
McAllister looked sharper in the early rounds with his elusive style and incredible speed.
7 victories. In the end, you know, it's going to be... Well, what about the counter? There's a little bit of redness around the face.
However, Murray found his rhythm in the third round and began to land his shots with more accuracy.
Trying to fight his man from range and picking off Murray with a lovely right uppercut. From time to time, this is where Murray wants it. Good right hand, and the left hook as
well from Murray. Real good quality shots from Murray. Kidology from McAllister. Murray says, yeah, I can land some more, and does.
And he will.
After 8 rounds of hard-fought battle, Murray dumped McAllister to the canvas with a wicked body shot.
Murray landed a nice left hook to the body, came over the top, now he's getting through better.
He's blooded his nose as well.
You took the words right out of my mouth until now.
Beautifully on the jab. Oh, good body shot. He's gone down to the left hand, crippling left hook to the body, and I'm not sure that McAllister's going to get up from this. He's hurt, he shakes his head to the corner, he knows he's just about all in here, and it's been stopped. Lovely shot, here it comes, bang, and down he went.
Leandro Silva burst onto the scene with his signature monkey dance, looking like a caffeinated gorilla at a wedding.
Outside the ring, he's got them inside it as well, Luke.
Leandro Silva completely outboxed his opponent, Merrick Mazak.
The thing I really like about his style is he's so efficient. Look at these short shots with the hands. Looking to pin his man against.
But then, just when you thought it was over, he turned the ring into a stage performance.
Single shots coming out, trying to pick his target. He got big. Really nice. Oh, look how relaxed this guy is.
He might pay for it now. Oh, sharp right hand.
Then this happened.
Big left hand lands.
We said it. Merrick just needs one opportunity. A left, a right. That has changed the tide of the fight, and he has earned victory. Wow!
Julian Fernandez was strutting around the ring like he owned the place, literally begging Sanchez to punch him in the face.
Yes, I am.
That right hand there, grazing from Sanchez.
Found out it right up on his father's. Nice body shot.
That's a hard right shot. That's a hard right hand by Sanchez. I think Sanchez would do very well in that fight. Showing the toughness.
I mean, it's rare to see Mexican heavyweight.
And Sanchez, he politely obliged by launching him through the ropes like a WWE stunt double.
Double. He's not winning any rounds. Oh, that's a hard right hand. And now on the ropes and out of the ring goes Fernandez, and this fight is now over. John Shorley jumps in, and we don't need Steve Smoker. This fight's done, Steve.
On August 19th, 1995, Mike Tyson came back to the ring after 3 years away, and poor Peter McNeely basically signed up to be the welcome mat.
Keep laughing, keep laughing. If any one of you that doesn't respect me or what I'm doing or what I've been doing for the last 3 months since we've been announced, you're going against a guy like this, you'd have a big dump in your pants. I'm Hurricane Peter McNeely from Medfield, Mass. On Saturday night, watch me kick Tyson's ass. But if you haven't made your pay-per-view arrangements yet, make them soon. Because remember what happens when I wrap you in my cocoon. And last but not least, Medfield!
McNeely hyped it like a blockbuster, but Tyson wrapped it up faster than microwave popcorn.
Comes right at Mike Tyson. Down goes McNeely. Seconds into the first round.
Tyson seeming to just hang back there waiting for that.
Seconds into the fight, McNeely on the canvas. Oh. Tyson with a left hook, a right up, and down goes McNeely again.
He's very hurt. He can barely stand up.
That's it, he quit. McNeely has quit.
He didn't quit. His corner threw in the towel.
He didn't quit at all. McNeely didn't quit at all.
McNeely didn't quit at all.
In 2016, 51-year-old Bernard Hopkins promised he'd never lose to a white guy, which is exactly the kind of line that ages worse than milk in the sun.
Common man. Special man. That I'm always fighting for a lot of reasons here in America. One is this. You won't be special come Saturday. You will stay common.
However, Smith launched him out of the ring like a frisbee at a family barbecue.
Good body shots again by Joe.
Oh, big right hand by Joe Smith.
The effects of right now.
Yeah, the fight at times with their jab, with some defense.
Smith is for sure.
Boxing well here. At this age, must be like 5 years.
Possible opponent.
Oh, big right hand.
He's out. Oh, out ring. Oh, God.
My God.
Reyes kept taunting, begging to be hit more, and grinning like he was posing for a dental ad.
Oh, beautiful. He got into trouble with that overhand right.
Getting cocky itong si Reyes.
Parehong malakas sa dalawang boksingero. Body shots by Magsayo. Flurry of left.
Kneeling Magsayo. Magsayo again. Nailed there. Another one.
Goes the bell. End of the round.
Reyes coming clear for Artur again. And the speed and power.
Magsayo dropped him in round 3.
Magsayo appears to very much in control, saying no low blow. And we have a rumble. Reyes says, let's get it on.
Then, in the 5th, served up a combo so brutal it looked like Reyes accidentally ordered the career-ending special.
Beautiful right hand. And Reyes, right hand. Reyes in trouble.
What an uppercut.
What a beautiful combination by McNeely.
What a fight.
Julius Long strutted in talking big, but it mostly sounded like someone reading insults from a cereal box.
Fitzgerald actually stepped back. Chopping shots.
Taking a lot of punishment, absorbing a lot of shock. Every time he eludes a punch too, not that time though. It saps the energy.
Get out into space.
Him having a laugh himself.
The outside rather. Well, that's starting to become an interesting round because he's landing a lot of shots, he's talking a lot of smack. Cut down his own room by getting pulled in. He's had some success from there tonight.
In round 7, Ohio landed a left hook so nasty, it sent Long flying like a piñata at a kid's birthday party.
How has he not gone down?
The ropes are keeping him up. 10 seconds to go in the round. There he goes! And he's down! And he's down! And he's down! He's chopped at a tree. The towel has come in. Boldly, shot after shot.
Mundine stormed in, shoved Horn like he was a door he didn't want to open, and claimed he'd already taken him out.
Like I told you, I'm a different beast. I'm a different animal. I'm not your average 40-year-old. You feel me? Like, I'm a bad boy. These young cats, I can still not just mix with. I can beat their little AWS's. Prediction? Pain. Let's go.
Horn unloaded bombs like he was on a sale at the punching store and sent Mundine down with a left hand so nasty it looked like his face had RSVP'd to the floor party. Edison Miranda strutted in with zero respect and a face full of attitude.
And Edison Miranda. You know what's interesting though, guys? Oh, good right hand by Miranda. The sanction from Dubois. Miranda says, that's all you got?
Ever the polite Canadian responded with a vicious uppercut that could have dislodged dental records from 3 generations.
He didn't trash talk leading up to the fight, but down he goes! Oh. And a short punch inside. I guess he had some more. Not unfamiliar territory for Miranda. He's been getting up to convince him to stop the fight.
Gabe Rosado, tough as a $2 steak, took everything like a champ.
Go high right here, we're gonna call it low right here. All right, tap it up, and here we go.
Roberto Volante, Owens and Russ Amber handling John Pascal. Did not get off first there as Lemieux hammers him with 2 hard body shots and the left hook upstairs.
Continue to put in some offensive work until
good shot. Hard left hook. Wobbled Rosado. But Lemieux still got him trapped in the corner. Good hard left hook again. And down goes Rosado.
Until he got a little too comfortable, started acting cocky.
Rosado waves him in. Lemieux says, all right. I'll come and get you.
Lemieux landed a left hook to the body.
Trying to psychologically break Lemieux right now, Rosado. This is why the fans love Gabriel Rosado. Win, lose, or draw.
And well, let's just say his swagger didn't come with a return policy.
Stayed the fight long enough. Rodriguez out with a dead blind attack. Zhilei had it 88, 82. Hard left hook that ended the last round. The up his mind.
I believe that's the doctor on the ring rope.
Now the doctor is up with the ring ropes. And it's over.
In a dominant performance, Vladimir Klitschko successfully defended his heavyweight titles by knocking out the previously undefeated Kubrat Pulev. The first knockdown came in round 1.
Making it pay Tim early on. Oh, no! Pulev is down.
So clean it could have been framed.
And expect from a heavyweight champion of the world, and that is it.
But Pulev shows no respect, full cockiness, until reality punched him in the face again.
Oh, look at that right hand, and he's wobbling again. Trying to wow the American fans who are watching. There's the left hook, and he's down. And Pulev, is he going to recover? He's up very... He survived it in the first round.
Just that long left hook.
Getting close to landing. And again, just fell short with that right hand. He is making Pulev get payback. But Pulev away. Oh, look at that left hand again. And that is it. Surely Pulev is not going to... He is out for the count. What a left hook. He is over and done. And that is a stunning conclusion. Just when you thought that Pulev was to stop the fight.
Albert Pagara faced off against a Thai opponent who walked in radiating pure overconfidence. The canvas broke his fall, but the hospital handled the rest.
Oh, good left. Pagara, come on, hit me. Oh, look at that, he's taunting Pagara. Hit me. Jeez.
Dito sa Alas Stable. Seem to be having a lot of fun, Pino. Itong February 2007.
Oh, good shot. Stage ito. Oh, good shot. Pero nasa like, because you cannot open your palm like that. Delikado yun. Bawal yun. Jarrell Casimiro opted to relinquish his belt. You don't hit with an opening glove. That's illegal. Form. Yan ang hinahanap ng mga tao. Barely sat. Look at that. I think he's even meditating. Hindi naman pwedeng ganyan palagi ang laban, ano?
Mahirap kasi sumuntok. Estrada sa Macau. Oh! Totoong bagsak ba yan? Totoong bagsak, oo.
Oh boy! Let's see.
Ayun! That's it!
Too much clouding.
Umayaw na! Umayaw!
I think he got nailed with a shot to the body.
The strong-handed lightweight prospect Ryan Garcia dropped the dancing Braulio Rodriguez twice and stopped him in the 5th round.
For one of the announcing teams, good hook, and Rodriguez goes down. That fast.
Wow, that was a perfect shot. Left. Well, it also showed
that is in the bag of tricks.
He impressing me. I mean, the crowd don't like it. His hands up.
That just missed by Rodriguez. He is lit.
Oh yes. You know the fan.
Rodriguez says he's not hurt, but his head is getting wet. And a hook, and down he goes.
This is over.
Anthony Joshua faced his first real test in the form of Dillian White, a man who came in swinging like he was late for a street fight.
Heads in close, good luck to you both. Touch club.
Anthony Joshua's midsection, which, oh, good shot there. This is really early, Nick.
Yeah, he's putting his foot down here. Look at this, look at that.
And that counter left hook as well, White, Nick, as Joshua in 8-9 rounds. That's a frantic
one on the
first
bell.
round.
Oh, and look at White. White's gone crazy. Too many more of those, though.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bigger left hook next.
Between these two, they really don't get along.
Jab.
Left hook in the left hooker.
Yeah.
Nice again. And Brian Minto in 3 rounds. A quieter round, a good round. White just seems to be a little bit out of ideas, and Joshua keeps picking him off at range like that. A smile.
See him being backed up quite heavily. Now. Oh, it's a big shot, Nick.
Rocked him early out of nowhere. Another right hand. He's playing the matador in there at the moment.
Oh!
Bludgeoned him with a huge right uppercut. White is down, and I'm not sure he's getting up from that.
This is over, Nick. He's not getting up. No way.
Waved off immediately. Absolutely destroyed.
And here we go again. Another clown show by Rakesh Krishnan. This circus ended already in the 4th round.
Thu còn xoay này. Lệnh ra nhét mẹ. Khi ắt sao có đến khi có cái này là giống như con cái sao lấy được con tiên với cái này anh so với này cái vô
Step right up and witness the spectacle. Butterbean versus Jackie Beard, a fight that had more antics than a late-night bar brawl and twice the body mass.
Jackie Beard coming right at Butterbean. He does want Tyson. He thinks, look, he feels that Tyson doesn't fight. Bean was doing a little hot dogging there. Yeah, they like pillows unless you get round fighters. This is the second round of 3. Smiling through this round. Looking to load up that time 4 rounds with McNeely. Still managed to get him out of there. Bean is a tough man. Right, because Bean just wants to punch it out. And Bean says, come on.
Right hand. And that dropped him. And I mean dropped him. Bean's been waiting for that shot. And there was nothing foolish about that. That's it. He's still out.
Tony Bellew came in chasing history, aiming to become the first Brit to hold 4 world titles in a single weight class. After a solid start, Bellew's fairy tale ended with a stunning Usyk finish.
So technically proficient and so busy. Points. Good shot from Bellew there. Good work from Tony Bellew early on.
It's an excellent start, and let him get set. And when they get it close, he wants to unload.
And some shots. So Bellew will be waiting with that right-hand counter, but it's good head movement, and he just, nonchalantly shakes his hands on his head. Oh. Did they affect him? He's a bit careless.
Nice left hand from Usyk. Back comes Bellew.
And you can see Tony Bellew wearing down, still looking for that right hand.
Bellew, but it's looking brighter for the Ukrainian, much brighter.
Closing this gap with real, minimum effort push.
And that's it, lights out for Tony Bellew. Dave Colwell straight in the ring. I think he's going to stop it. And Alexander Usyk finds the answer and cements his place as the world cruiserweight king. He had a rough start. Tony Bellew gave him problems.
Anthony Hambrick versus Booker T. Word, otherwise known as the Night Synchronized Dance, met unintentional comedy.
And he puts on a show.
Hambrick got spun, dropped, and publicly humbled.
Championship fight, the last one we had. Now, today, Jeff left by Hambrick. That's 6 Word. Word now holding on. Anthony Hambrick, he has that Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, and he has the smile wiped off his face. Struggling to his feet. He says he's okay. He has survived the 20 seconds. It is over. 3 strikes and you're out. Booker T. Word.
I don't know how he showed his face in the gym after that. Adrian Broner versus Gavin Rees, February 16th, 2013. WBC lightweight title on the line. And for the first time in recorded history, Broner wasn't the cockiest man in the building.
Good left hook by Broner and Rees.
But he beat a lot of lightweights, and he's still fighting. Let go.
Left hook lands up.
Good right hand by Broner.
Yeah, he's taking a beating.
Dropping his hands and showing Broner.
Aston Broner's a big puncher.
But you heard the caution of Gary Lockett.
Big problem with that straight right hand.
Now Broner's starting to land some clean shots, starting to pick Rees off.
And started coming in. There he is.
Right uppercut. Floors Gavin Rees.
He's hurt pretty bad.
7, 8. Where you at? Huh? 9. Okay.
He's getting into the target practice area to try to knock his opponent out. Another uppercut, this time with the left hand.
Rees said it was a low blow, but it was a body shot that Rees wasn't ready for. He thought it was going to break.
All right, let's go.
Now Rees is in trouble again. Now Rees is in trouble again, and Gary Lockett is up on the ring apron with the white towel. So there's the TKO.
Florian Marku, a former MMA star, defeated Tommy Broadbent in front of a fired-up crowd. Tommy, on the other hand, put on a performance that was less boxing and more drunken shadow puppets, a complete disrespect to the sport that night. Claudio Marrero controlled the early rounds, mocking Rojas, and at one point shoving him around the ring like he was moving furniture he didn't want.
Rojas a mantenerse encima de Marrero.
Tuvo la oportunidad de enfrentarse a Manny Pacquiao y no dejemos atrás a Joan.
But Marrero's taunts backfired in round 7, as Rojas's left hook sent him lights out like a cartoon crash.
El medio,
no semanas acá en Las Vegas.
Muy bien el jab por parte de Marrero. Pero lo que habíamos dicho, Rojas, no hay que...
El cuarto round.
¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso?
Las noches de boxeo por ESPN, Marrero está loco. Un Rojas que va hacia adelante, que mero que lanza... ¡Suelo!
¡Noque!
Ahora sí, güey.
¡Se acabó! Por andar pensando en otras cosas.
Combinación de gancho.
Arreola came in furious, spouting threats that sounded like a steamy romance novel on steroids.
Now I got my butt's blowing right now. Just say this, man.
Too much. You drink too
much. Come this 10th, yeah, I drink them. I'll drink you off the table any day also, man. Shit. I'll drink, and then this Saturday, I'ma you up. If it wasn't for you for the title, I'm there to this guy up. This guy. I'ma you up. Dude, you're gonna remember me. You're gonna remember. Promise that. Watch this.
I got you.
But once the bell rang, his fancy talk disappeared quicker than a magician's rabbit.
They're hurt. He can take a title. Let's go. Stavern has the quickness to turn that game.
In round 6, Stavern's right hand hit Arreola, and his legs went wild, flapping around like a confused rooster at sunrise.
Sweeping right hand has Arreola on spaghetti legs and down.
You okay? Lot of time.
Of the Haitian slugger. Stavern, headshot after headshot. Arreola doesn't look good at all. Survive a minute.
Too much time.
Headshot after headshot.
That's it, man. Too much, Chris.
The first Haitian-born...
Kennedy McKinney came in talking so much smack, it sounded like he was reading the entire script of a telenovela out loud.
And I dare for you to come here and think you can beat me. Huh? Think you can beat me, boy. You cannot beat me. You cannot whoop me here in my town. This is...
But when the bell rang, Barrera came out swinging like a human blender, knocking McKinney down 5 times, and finally finishing him in the 12th round.
Body shot hurt McKinney bad.
Barrera knows it. Follows up with a barrage.
Hit him once. Oh, but see, he can't get caught back.
Down goes Kennedy McKinney. Barrera is known as a great finisher. Vicious combinations by Barrera.
Frustrating thing to go through. I went through that once in a fight with Julian. Oh, he's hurt.
Oh, tremendous left-hand body shot.
McKinney is a weak fighter now. Barrera knows it.
And that's it. Fitting in. Here's the body shot, and that, I think, ultimately finished the fight.
I think so, too, because I told you back in about round 6 or 7 that you had to throw body shot.
Zhilei was dancing around the ring like he was already auditioning for Dancing with the Stars. Hands down, smiling, taunting, like the belt was already his. But Maxwell wasn't done being the punchline. He turned into the puncher.
Oh, good shot. But there is still a long way to go, and he almost went there. He almost went with that left hand.
He's winning this round, that's for sure, John.
One clean right hand later, Zhilei's victory dance turned into the fastest sit-down of his career.
Oh, great shot! Left hand, right hand from Maxwell. Well, where did that come from? I can hardly believe what I've seen. An astonishing turnaround. He gets to his feet and he stops it. He stops it.
I've missed my son, my 6-year-old son. I've missed for a week, but I probably haven't missed him quite as much as you would probably think, because I've had the fortunate to spend the full week with another fucking 6-year-old. You're pissing into the wind, son. I ain't scared of you.
Hatton came in charging like a bull, taunting Mayweather, as if pressure alone would break him. But Floyd just smirked, rolled his shoulders, and waited for the perfect trap.
Landing at a 33% rate. 2 rounds to 1, Ricky Hatton. And that's what bothers me about Floyd Mayweather is rushing in and landing good shots on the inside. Mayweather, Hatton's head back.
Which he has to do tonight. He's got to. Ricky's making him have to fight.
One slick left hook later, Hatton wasn't the hitman anymore. He was the headline of Mayweather's highlight reel.
Every situation for Hatton.
This fight is over.
We stay and close the show.
A brilliant performance once again.
Joshua dropped Ruiz and threw his hands up like the fight was already done. Classic early celebration.
And the fact that he can stand in front of Joshua a couple of times.
Oh, big shot.
But Ruiz wasn't reading the same script.
For Joshua, and Ruiz in big trouble, and he's going for it.
He turned into the plot twist. 4 knockdowns later, the statue was broken, and the underdog walked out as heavyweight champion.
What can Joshua do? Right hand from Ruiz. Here he comes again. And Joshua taps his ringer down for the 3rd time, and it's all.
Taylor was so confident, he started showboating like the fight was already in his pocket. He was flashing combos, smiling, almost treating Chavez like a heavy bag with gloves on.
Solid left hook from Meldrick Taylor.
But with just 2 seconds left, Chavez reminded him this wasn't a dance contest. It was war. Taylor went from too slick to too late, and Chavez walked out still undefeated.
Unbelievable! Unbelievable! Richard Steele stopped the fight with fewer than 5 seconds to go. You're going to watch Lou Dubois go crazy now. You're going to watch Lou Dubois go absolutely berserk.
Getting off to a rather, not necessarily slow start, but takes the first few rounds to see what his opponent...
Adrian Broner stood there with his hands down, slipping punches and shouting, "You can't hit me." Paulie kept throwing shots like a typewriter, but Broner just smirked, making the ring look like a dance floor.
Fight, focusing more on conditioning than strength for this fight as they continue to beat up.
Broner will win that battle because...
There's a nice left hook by Broner, backing up Malignaggi and actually bull rushing him into the ropes. Again sticks the jab, misses by Broner, who continues to reiterate, "You can't hit me." Double left hook by the challenger. Body with the jab, flicks one upstairs, 3-punch, now putting together the combinations and landing on Broner.
The funny part? Broner wasn't throwing much, but when he did, they landed clean, like sniper bullets.
Broner, Malignaggi with the jab. There's a right uppercut that jacked the jaw of Malignaggi. Another right hand, but Malignaggi comes forward, has Broner on the ropes. Hands, Bernard. And clearly the momentum in this fight should be questioned. We talked about lining apart.
He doesn't respect Paulie punch, and that's where the fight changed.
In the end, the judges sided with the taunter, and Broner used the mic to roast Paulie even harder.
I'm good. I beat Paulie. I left with his belt and his girl.
Paez came in with his trademark circus tricks, showboating like experience alone could save him.
An orange be seeing
The end of older lengths at 33. Oh.
But Sanchez wasn't here for games. Every punch landed like a warning shot.
The jab's working well. Big hands nice and high. Over Sanchez and talent. Into rough players up now.
By round 7, the veteran clown act collapsed, and Kid Vegas closed the curtain with a brutal KO.
Goes up at lightweight. Oh, left hand from Sanchez, and that's good night, I think. He's out.
Opolu walked in with the belt, thinking he'd school the rookie, but Huni turned his pro debut into a boxing masterclass. Uppercuts on repeat, like a TikTok loop.
Right hand from Huni.
To do the championship rounds. Nice work.
That is
nice
quality stuff from
shots, Opolu.
Now he takes a few, Justice Huni, and a left hook to follow as well.
See, he's trying to get
right hand
all
from
big
Justice
shots.
By round 7, Opolu's corner waved the white flag faster than Wi-Fi dropping mid-Netflix.
Oh, great work. Great work.
And
there's the towel.
Comes in.
There's the towel.
And the journey has begun.
Wow.
Huni, the heavyweight, is on his way.
Big Shot Camp made his entrance by tripping over the ropes like it was a circus audition. Inside the ring, he spent more time taunting than throwing punches, like shadowboxing his own ego.
He's getting hit with some big so much of this, I can tell you. Have a look at this.
He's creating some.
He won just 3 weeks ago, or 2.5 weeks ago. Oh, great.
This is why he's doing that.
Yeah, that was low.
Yeah, keep him up a bit.
A complete sign of disrespect.
Great
right hand. He's giving it everything, isn't he?
Then Dib dropped him with a clean 1-2.
High fighter always.
Yeah.
Sound asleep.
That's it.
And Big Shot Camp answered by doing push-ups while getting counted out. Only boxer to lose a fight and a fitness challenge in the same night.
That was a flop if I've ever...
Kojanu came in acting like the final boss who'd test Dubois. But Dubois pressed start and beat him in round 2 like it was set on easy mode.
He can land with some good shots. He can make you think.
Good job with the police on the back of that, so it helped him. Tell you what, if he got pulled over...
You see what I mean? Just a little bit of...
Dubois too much space to detonate those big punches. Memorably beat Lennox Lewis back in 2001. Really create a lot of interest in these two young heavyweights.
Punches maybe not as heavy. Not as...
One clean shot, and Kojanu dropped faster than a bad Wi-Fi signal.
And another one. Oh, and he's caught him with the left to the jaw, followed by the right hand, and he goes down. Got away with those low punches.
Agayev came in trying to play slick. Moving around like defense alone could win him the belt. Permanov started round 1 like a storm, throwing punches that erased the game plan before it even began. Just 70 seconds in, the referee had no choice but to wave it off. Orga strutted in heavy, loud, and full of trash talk, like the party guest who shows up late, but still wants all the attention. Mosley stayed patient, slicing him with clean shots while Mayorga swung wild air punches. Then came round 6. One crushing body shot folded Mayorga like a cheap lawn chair.
Tutaj lwi pazur, no i korpus poszedł. Cios na korpus zdecydowanie. Było to poniżej pasa. Tak jest, koniec walki, przegrywa.
Valera strutted in with that flashy, switch stance swagger, like he had the secret code to crack Bivol. But once the bell rang, Bivol treated him like a chess piece. Jab, step, combination, repeat. Round after round, Valera's tricks turned into survival tactics, while Bivol kept stacking points like it was target practice. No knockout needed. 12 rounds of schooling was humiliation enough.
Все хорошо, все получает. Снова Бивол. Хороший боксер. И он заслуживает этой победы. Вот теперь я тоже могу сказать.
Whitlock dropped Jackson in round 2 and started dancing like the fight was over.
Jackson has come.
He opened up and caught him. My, oh my.
Jackson got up, locked in, and came back like a storm. By round 3, Whitlock was the one trapped on the ropes, helpless as the ref waved it off.
Shorter man Whitlock.
And now a right hand rains in from Jackson as he's on the attack, and he comes back and wins it with a TKO. What a turnaround by Greg Jackson.
Peterson Jr. walked in with influencer swagger, but left before fans could even finish their popcorn.
Big shots from him. Be the aggressor. Be the offensive. Big right hand. It's not Logan Paul. It's not going to be.
Ham exploded in round 1, smashing him with a right hook uppercut combo that shut everything down instantly.
It's over. Tristan Ham gets some beef here tonight.
The hype man of the night became the highlight reel victim of the night.
Logan Paul standing up from that one.
Muluwai tried to play the iron chin card, eating shots like he was built for survival.
And throws, look at that 1-2.
Combination. There's a sharp.
But Jalalov just bided his time, sizing him up like a hunter stalking prey.
Povich with helping Bowe.
He's trying. Unknown territory for Jalalov.
There was a good left hand, and that could be a knockdown. It is. 7, 8. And he will survive the round.
Wow.
By round 8, one savage left hand flipped the script. Muluwai was flat on his back, staring at the lights.
Good body shot. And drive him goes for the left hand. Started with the body, up for the left hand. That's it.
Armando Castro thought he could weather the storm, maybe drag the flashy Brit into deep waters.
You can admire him anyway, but it's a foolish trade here for the Mexican.
The first round not going over.
But Naseem Hamed wasn't just cocky. He was cocky with dynamite in his fists.
Hamed's just toying with him here. I think if he wanted to finish this, he could do it with one.
By round 4, Castro was broken down and stopped, left realizing this wasn't just hype. It was the Prince's era beginning.
Oh, Hero dude, left off the floor. It's a foolish bravery, and it's all over in the 4th round.
Cocky walks in, humble walks out. Who got humbled best? Comment below and hit subscribe. Jeff Horn mocked Tim Tszyu, saying he only landed the fight because of his father's name.
Look, Tim only got this fight because of his last name. If he was Tim Smith or whatever, he wasn't going to be getting this fight because I'd be looking at bigger and better things.
I am the former world champion. I've won the belts that are sitting in front of him before. I've won better belts than what he's got. I'm higher ranked than him. That's the whole thing in boxing. You want to verse someone higher ranked than you so you can climb the rankings, and that's exactly what he's doing with me.
But by round 8, Horn probably wished he'd kept that thought to himself.
Towards and misses with a wild shot as Tim Tszyu follows up with a right hand. No cut at this early stage, trying to take control of this one early. The right hand of Tszyu gets through onto Horn. Right hand misses, but the referee's going to stick by his rules here. Minute remaining in the second. Right hand gets through from Tim Tszyu. A lot and wearing those shots. Big right hand.
And he's hurt.
Here he goes. Does Tim Tszyu?
It's done. It's done.
He's hurt.
Tim's confident. He's got a real hop in his step.
Big shot.
Left up.
Tim Tszyu. Big hands. wobbles towards him.
Great body shot in this fight, and still he's not taking any ridiculous risk. Nice body shot.
It hurt Jeff badly. There's a right hand over the top. He goes down now. And downstairs.
Big right hand. Look at what this fight's doing to him.
Oh, those body shots. That one may have crept low, but it was his right hand that misses. They tangle again, and he gets another body shot.
Yeah, of course he's stopping it.
They've stopped the fight.
Of course they have.
And he's an all-new zoo.
Juan Diaz came out swinging like he'd just drunk 3 energy drinks and remembered rent was due.
3 body shots from Marquez.
Between a younger and older fighter.
To hit Marquez for the most part. That's up. What a big left hook by Diaz. Marquez trying to fire back. Lands a right cross and a left hook. Round 1 is an all-out war.
Diaz even tried showing off after the bell, but Marquez didn't bite.
And they taunt each other. With the sole exception of his 1 loss in the Campbell fight. Yes, I don't think he's going to do that. And then wait a minute. Big left hook. Staggers Marquez. Marquez in trouble. In the round. Jabbing and hunting. Marquez going to the body and coming back all at once. But he's looked really good in the first couple rounds. Just as good sometimes. Good right hand by Marquez.
By round 9, the student got schooled. 1 vicious uppercut, 1 brutal right hand, and Diaz's fire went out faster than a cheap lighter in the wind.
Ultimately be the winner in the fight. On our competing, a competitor network, Showtime. Uppercut, uppercut.
Been with his mouth open since the 3rd round.
And he's supposedly the stronger man.
And he's hurt.
A huge uppercut. Down goes Diaz. 35 seconds to go. A very brave Juan Diaz. He's going to do it. And look at Marquez go to the body. Look at him go to the body to try to set up the finish. And what a right hand. And that will be that.
What you just saw was a really good young fighter knocked out by a great old fighter.
Dylan Moran talked big and even tried to win the weigh-in like it was the actual fight.
I'm not the guy that I disrespect no one. If you don't respect me, then the true show starts.
But when the bell rang, all that tough guy energy disappeared faster than Wi-Fi in a storm. Michael Venom Page was putting on a full dance recital mid-fight, hands down, hips moving, probably thinking he was auditioning for Dancing with the Stars.
That's a good idea, but he needs to be very careful.
It's all about Lima and Page. And Charmer's going to try to mesmerize and hypnotize Lima,
But Douglas Lima wasn't there for the choreography. 1 perfectly timed leg kick and a right hand later, MVP's dance routine ended with him.
Lima looking to collect data before collecting that elbow. The takedown is secured. Showing already, John, in the way he reacts, although he got staggered. And there's a jumping attack by Page.
Advantage right now. Douglas is he's not quite at 100%.
Oh, and there. What a shot by Lima! Mamma mia! Douglas Lima has just defeated Michael Venom Page in impressive fashion.
Here we are, the final press conference in LA, both wearing sombreros. And this is a very animated Joel Casamayor, being very disrespectful, putting the hands in the face of Marquez, touching Marquez.
Casamayor strutted into the ring, promising a knockout.
You're not a shy guy. Give me the prediction on Saturday night. What's going to happen?
Knock him out. Knock him out. He's going out. He's going out ugly.
And technically, he delivered, just not in the direction he hoped.
What effect will that have? Garden in Las Vegas, Nevada. They walked right through it.
Marquez fed him right hands like it was taco night at the gym, and by the end, Casamayor was the one tasting the canvas, twice, for the first KO loss of his career.
Good body work by Marquez. There was less movement. The cutoff was up again on Casamayor. finish it. Time running out. Down again is Casemiro. It's over for the first time. It ended.
The face-off between Jake Paul and Ben Askren looked more like a wrestling promo than a boxing stare-down.
Jake thinks he's a high-level boxer. I think he's fairly delusional. I guess we'll find out.
I think he's terrible. Like, nothing he's done so far to this point has been intelligent or creative. I think his intelligence level and his maturity level is that of a middle schooler.
But when the bell rang, Jake didn't waste time proving this wasn't WWE. It was lights out. One clean right hand, and Askren went down faster than a bag of popcorn in the microwave.
Work ethic and the fact that he did everything he asked, and you know what? Already,
you think they'll start kissing? That's what I'm here for.
Oh, Rid, bang, right to the motherfucking
head.
He's a fucking money, Jake. Get my motherfucking money, Jake. Get my motherfucking money, Jake. Get my motherfucking money, Jake. Finish him. What a finish him. And that's when it's over. Jake Paul has finished up. Ben Askren has been hit by some MMA folks and not gone down. That was a beautiful right.
Ryan Charlton came in talking tough, calling it a man versus boy fight.
He's young. There's a hell of a lot of pressure on his shoulders. I'm a man. This is man versus boy. I just don't believe he's got this chin.
Let's see if he can hit me first, so.
Pint-sized power, mate. Pint-sized power will get you.
But by the end, it looked more like bedtime for the man. Azim dropped him twice in the first round, then tucked him in properly in the second.
But that makes, or can make, a massive difference.
Azim looking to meet with
the body. It's not like a knockout shot. Heavy artillery, particularly early on. It comes a massive surprise to him.
Good shot there, though.
Not steady here, nigh here for Ryan Charlton, organised. The jab from the waist, plants it down the middle. The right hand from the Charlton is just hanging on. Down he goes again. He's very much on the front foot. He hide behind a rock, stand in the tall grass, do something, but stay out in the open, and the right hand comes over the top, and down he goes. He opened out, threw a left hook himself, but the right hand just came in over the top of it, something we picked up on in
The only story told that night was a short one, and Charlton was the plot twist.
The way as he develops and progresses.
Sam Eggington walked into the ring like a man who'd had enough of talking, while Paulie Malignaggi looked like he still had a podcast to record mid-fight.
You're gonna get fucked up all night.
The taunting went on until round 8.
Right hand again from Eggington, and he's showing the chin that we always know he's had, but he has come unstuck against Sean Porter. And what a fight that was.
Spencer McCracken in his corner, and keep this high work rate up.
Good right hand from Eggington.
See that Malignaggi really was a fantastic boxer. The movement and the trickiness which he's doing here.
Didn't he a fair fight, but he showed that character aiming for that big right hand. This is where he began to really get to.
And then Eggington handed him a mic drop in the form of a vicious body shot. Malignaggi hit the canvas, and all that trash talk suddenly went off air.
Right hand, down goes Malignaggi in the 8th. He's not going to make it. Paulie Malignaggi's been knocked out here. That's a big win for Sam Eggington.
To the stomach, there it is.
Beautiful body shot.
Shot landed, and you see it took the wind straight away out to Paulie Malignaggi, and he's on the floor here.
The world's heaviest boxing match looked less like a fight and more like two refrigerators trying to punch each other.
Thor, you wouldn't come outside, you're a chicken shit. I'd have ripped your face off, mate. Stepping back, no one's holding you back. Hey, stop holding me back! Stop holding me back! Stop holding me back! You f***ing faggot! Fuck vagina! You fake fuck!
Eddie swaggered in like he owned Asgard and even scored an early knockdown.
Oh, big punch there! That's a knockdown. You felt that? You felt that?
Oh! But Half Thor wasn't having it. He came back swinging like he just found out someone dented Mjolnir.
Big punch there from Thor. Eddie's made it to his feet.
By round 6, Eddie's ego hit the floor before he did.
Oh, big shot there. Woo.
And Thor claimed the win. Proof that sometimes muscles don't win, Marvel scripts do. Before the fight, Mikhail Koklyaev tried to act tough by tossing his cap at Emelianenko. Like a school bully trying to start a fight after class. But once the bell rang, that cap toss was the only hit he landed all night. Opoulou spent most of the fight acting like a stand-up comedian, calling for more punches and daring Brown to hit him.
Couple of jabs, then he takes a shot. There's a better shot from Opoulou.
Lucas just has this little overhand right on him.
Little overhand right from Lucas Brown, but then he took a shot back. And he's just throwing singular jabs, and Opoulou comes forward and throws that right hand. Good shots, Lucas Brown. Uppercut with the right hand from Opoulou.
Well, Lucas Brown took that personally. By round 7, Brown cornered him like a debt collector and unloaded every punch Opoulou ever asked for.
Big shot from Brown. Big right hand, Lucas Brown closing in on Django Opoulou. Brown sits down on a right hand and he's punching in bunches now. Turned the tide. Right hand.
Here it comes.
The referee could stop this fight. He leans in. There it goes. The left hand it is, and Opoulou goes down hard.
Opoulou went from taunting to tasting canvas real quick.
Just Brown found that big left hand, and Opoulou was down and out in the corner through the towel.
He's putting the overhook there. He's tying him up. Waiting. Oh!
Edison Satirin started hot, even dropping Mikhailovich early.
The southpaw.
Oh! Good. Wow.
Just that blow looked like he was going to slip, put the left hand down the tubes. He's using the shoulder roll, but I would suggest he goes to using his lead hand.
Mikhailovich, but now he's just settling down. And he is now going to make his statement. Here he goes. Catches him on the rope. Left, right, left.
But then came this dirty shot.
He's tying him up. Waiting.
Oh! Can't do that. Can't do that. He's waiting for the breakthrough. One on the break.
After eating a few too many punches, Satirin started looking like a man who forgot why he entered the ring.
Follow with a shot like that.
Nice little head work. Settle.
By round 5, Mikhailovich flipped the script.
Left like that, he's helping Mikhailovich to step across.
The ropes, punching himself out of the ropes, and he's dropped him. And he's dropped him good.
Sultarin's still showing plenty of moxie there. Eats a couple of rights hand.
He's got him stuck on the ropes.
Closely.
And Sultarin's down. It's over. It's done.
And that's all for today, folks. If you enjoyed watching overconfident fighters get served a hot plate of karma, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more delicious knockouts and humbling moments. Until next time, stay humble or get humbled.